Hello, thank you for stopping by my booth here at the Mob Nations Holiday Market. I'm grateful that you took an opportunity to pop in and see what I had going on. My name is Shannon Louts. I'm an author, a photographer, and a curator of joy. I wrote a book called Love More, 50 Plus Ways to Build Joy into Childhood. And before we get started, I wanted to make sure you had your letter of permission. This is your letter of permission to go ahead and simply love your children. Put down those expectations that are ingrained in someone else's idea of what it means to be successful in the world, and stare a few minutes longer into the precious eyes of the child who stands before you. Instead of asking how their day was, inquire about what lights their passion, what made them smile today, and where's one place they'd like a do-over. Institute a random dance party in the middle of the grocery store in the second before a meltdown threatens to take you all to a place you'd rather not go. It's okay if everyone turns and looks at you, because you're making memories and we could all use more of the happy sort in this lifetime. Say I love you over and over again, not just in words, but in the foods you put before them at dinner time or the extra marshmallow on the hot chocolate. Listen more and talk less with the sort of attention you pay to the most important conversations you have, because they are just that. The most important moments of truly getting to know who your child is. Touch more in cuddles and tickles and wrestling matches, especially the bigger ones who are making their way farther out into the world, so they can always remember your arms are a safe haven to return to. Undo the places where you were done wrong, so you don't accidentally pass them along to the most precious person you've had the honor to know in this world. Laugh from the bottom of your belly as you sit side by side on the couch, watching the movie you swore had no value, but your child was dying to see, and hold in that breath that threatens to tear it apart. Instead, see it through the eyes of wonder that are your child's. Each day, find just one simple way to love more the being that is your child. It's life's most precious work, I promise you. This book is filled with more than 50 ways to do just that. Sprinkle simple actions throughout your day-to-day living with your children that speak volumes and say, I love you in the little ways, and that leave behind the sorts of memories our children will look back on for years and years to come. I wrote this book from a hard place. My children were only 3 and 5 when my dad, their biggest fan, died. And I learned, to my shock, that I couldn't bubble wrap them and protect them from the hardship that was going to happen in life no matter what. But what I could do is I could promise each day to find ways to build joy into their experience. The ideas are simple. It's meant to be able to pick up the book, open a page, and find a way to express your love to your children. And the fun part too is the back of the book is blank. They're all blank pages, because I know you are going to become the expert on your child. You are going to find beautiful ways to connect with your children, and you'll be able to jot them down in the book and have your one-stop shop for those days when finding joy and connection is hard. You'll have a manual ready to go. So what I have for you today, completely free, if you click on the show interest button, 14 prompts, unique prompts delivered to your inbox for the net from December 1st to December 15th, that will help you stay connected and rooted in love through the hustle and bustle of the holiday season. So go ahead and do that, and these, again, no charge to you, will show up in your inbox. And at the bottom of the email will be information on how you can get your own copy of Love More, as well as how you can get a copy of my love note cards. So I have created these from my own photography as a simple way for you to send love letters to your children. One thing that has been magical in my life is that I have 3 people now who I wrote to when I was a little girl, and they are love letters. I was writing love letters from very young, age, and when they were preparing to die or after they had died, those letters were returned to me. And it was a reminder that even when the physical is gone, that spirit of love, those stories we created together stays behind. So the love notes, they let your children have something to hold on to that they can carry throughout their whole life, and they can remember that your influence, your heart space is with them wherever they are, whatever phase of life they are in. Couple of exciting announcements coming soon, very soon. I have partnered with Sally Kiesler of Mama Tia, and she is making a Love More tea, and it's going to be infused with all these heart openers, heart healthy herbs that will help you to expand what already exists inside of yourself. So there will be an option to pair the tea with a copy of the book, or just get the tea on its own so that you can be reminded once more of that open heart that beats inside you all the time, and the place where you want to connect with your children from. So I hope you'll hit the show interest button so you can get all of these into your inbox, and stay tuned in January for an exciting new podcast launching called Reclaiming Motherhood, One Story at a Time, where we are going to undo the world that has taught us there is one right way to do this mothering, and instead connect in the place where we honor that mothering is as unique as the two humans involved in the relationship. So I hope to see you in that space. And if you want to be someone who pops onto the podcast, show some interest and maybe we can connect that way. So have a beautiful day, and thank you again for stopping by my booth.